In this video, we're going to learn geometry fundamental shapes. So let's start with the first one. First one is a point. And we can use letters to name these shapes. Let's call this point A. A all the way to letter Z. Now, this shape over here, this is known as a segment. A segment is a straight line path that has two endpoints. So let's call these two endpoints point A and point B is a segment, and we can note segment using letters, but you have to note it with a straight line on the top of the letters. The following shape is a line. And a line is a straight path that goes on forever in both directions. So these two arrows over here tell us that this line extends in both directions forever. Now let's note this line down using letters A, B. Also, we can use small letters like the letter G. So let's note it like this with a line. Let's write AB, or we can use small letters. Now, this shape here is called a ray. And a ray starts at one endpoint and goes forever in one direction. Let's call this ray AB. And we can note this using a ray and with big letters AB. Now, what do you think this is? It has points inside and a small letter over here. This is called a plane. And a plane is a flat surface that goes on forever in all directions. We can use these points inside the plane, and we can call this plane A, B, C, or plane H. Intersection of two lines is a point. Intersection of two planes is a line. Alright, so our key term is intersection. So it says two lines. So let's intersect two lines. And it says that intersection of two lines is a point. So here is the point, this is the intersection, and let's call this point A. Now, intersection of two planes. So we already know what is a plane. Now let's intersect two planes. Alright, we have two planes intersecting here. Let's find the intersections. It's intersecting over here and it's intersecting over here. So this is our line. And we can call this line AB. And this is how we can note this line AB. The following shape is called collinear points. And what are collinear points? So let me go ahead and show you how it looks like. Here we have a line. Lines are made of infinite points. But in this case, collinear points are points that lie on the same line. As you can see, these 3 points are on the same line, and we can call these points A, B, and C. Now, what about this one? What is coplanar points? If collinear points are points that lie on the same line, coplanar points are points that lie on the same flat surface of a plane. So here is our flat surface or a plane, and these points inside A, B, C, or the letter G, these are coplanar points. They are lying on the same plane. Now, this shape over here. So you can see we have one ray over here and we have another ray over here. So you have two rays and they're opposite. So that's why this one is called opposite rays. we can call this ray BA or BC. Now, we can't finish this video without some practice. So let's go ahead and practice these geometry fundamentals. Let's find the geometry term of number 1. So it says AB. First, we need to locate where A is. So A is over here and B is over here. And it starts here. It has a endpoint and it continues in one direction forever. This one here over here, number 1, is a ray. What about number 2? Number 2, let's find the letter E. Letter E is over here. And what term is this? What shape is it? It's simply a point in space. So we can call this a point. It is a point. What about number 3? BCE. So B is here, C is here, and E is over here. So this one is a plane. Now, number 4. What is number 4? As you can see, this here is not a line. This little notation up here represents a segment. So let's find A and C. As you can see, it's not a line because the shape over here tells us it's not a line because the notation over here, this represents a segment. So our answer is segment. Number 5, as you can see this notation here, that is a line. So let's find B and let's find D. And because of this notation, we know it's a line.